Well, now it's time to with an non-stop day. It's safe to say we'll have some fun today on Geek World Radio.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Geek World Radio. We are your hosts, Anime and Dave. We are here today to talk a little bit about the fact that a lot of people, that were kids in the 80s, look at cartoons from today, and they're like, what's wrong with these cartoons?
These suck. Remember cartoons when we were kids? They were awesome.
Yeah, they were so cool. So we're gonna kind of, crush your memories.
Yes, kill them, destroy them. Put them in a little ball, and then, throw them down a mountain, and then shoot a bazooka at the little ball down the mountain.
That sounds like fun.
That would be sweet. I would watch that.
The thing is that it's these 80s cartoons that are really kind of the pinnacle of WTF.
And they have the most, I think, nostalgia, too, definitely.
We're going to start off with He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
Oh, man. By the power of Grayskull!
Okay, so He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, it came out in 1983, and it's based on actually a toy line that had come out the year before.
Masters of the Universe,
exactly.
Right? Yeah, that's why they called the movie starring Dolph Masters of the Universe. I think that's what's really funny. So many of these cartoons that we look at is like, man, they were the greatest thing ever. They were so genius. Transformers, He-Man, they were like, whoa. They were really just conduits to sell toys. Which, by the way, is sort of what the Cars franchise is right now for Pixar.
It's true.
But yeah, it's crazy because we look at it as like the highest form of art because when we were little, that's all we knew. Is all we could watch is Transformers.
Don't act like it's not art.
That's true.
Okay.
It's art.
So, He-Man.
Yes, He-Man.
He-Man is actually Prince Adam.
Yeah, look how wimpy this guy is.
Yeah, I mean, he needs a sword to give him, power.
He needs to work out.
So, Prince Adam is given a special sword. Okay?
Sweet.
Now, keep in mind...
Did you get from, the fair? Did you do that thing where you throw the darts at the balloons and you win, a nudie girl poster or a mystical sword that gives you powers?
No, he was given, it was given to him by Sorceress.
Nice.
Who works for the family.
Cool.
Okay.
I gotta get one of those.
Now, having not watched the cartoons in a while, you're probably thinking, oh, I bet there was some great fighting. He fought with that sword all the time.
Right? He was just cutting up bad guys, constantly. Actually, much like this sword.
Now, the thing is that the sword that he has, it's got a special purpose. And it is not fighting.
Really? What else do you do with a sword?
Well, you hold the sword up, and you shout,
by the power of Grayskull!
At which point you are transformed into S&M Man.
Oh, or He-Man.
Guy dude, He-Man.
Yeah.
Whatever. So you're transformed into this. This, by the way, is the special Thunder Punch version.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's sexy. Prince Adam also has a cowardly pet tiger.
Whoa, really? I didn't remember this.
Yeah, it's a cowardly tiger, but when he points his sword at him, because, the thing is, cowering in the corner when he transforms, what the heck's going on?
I have that image, burning in my head when I was a little kid from the credits sequence.
Yeah. Well, Prince Adam, or as he is now, He-Man, lovingly aims his sword at his pet tiger. And his pet tiger transforms into an armor-clad battle tiger.
It's bizarre that they didn't go with, it being a house cat turned into a tiger.
Well,
it was a tiger. Because tigers are, badass fundamentally.
Right.
So you had to... He went so far as to have a wimpy tiger.
Yeah. Well, because Dave...
why not just have a cool tiger to begin with? He literally had to search the planet for the wimpy tiger.
No, but seriously, look, Dave... Prince Adam, He-Man, all he does is lose his clothes.
Yeah, it's not really much of a transformation going on.
I mean, he just loses his clothes. He doesn't gain muscles. He's got muscles. He-Man, it seems that his main purpose is just to stop Skeletor.
Well,
okay,
yeah.
Skeletor is, he's a dude. He wears a skull mask.
Yes.
Likes to try and take over the castle of Grayskull because that will mean that he will get all the power. And then he can take over the world.
Because doesn't He-Man say, I have the power!
Right, yeah. It starts off with, by the power of Grayskull, and then he transforms to this, and then he says, I have the power!
Man, he's kind of like got a big ego there, huh?
Well,
I mean, it's like a big deal, isn't it, to have that power?
Well, I mean, he's proud of himself for working out to become like this guy. I mean, like look at this. Like,
so He-Man is just
look at this bicep.
That's cool anime. I really loved He-Man, but I have one question. What the hell is this?
Furry?
Yeah, I mean, this was in my collection. I don't remember anything from being a kid. But I guess he was a He-Man character, and he's a little creepy,
really
creepy. Weird. But still very, very soft and supple, which is very nice, isn't it? Very nice. So there you go. Thank you, He-Man.
Thanks, He-Man. Next up, we're going to talk a little bit about DuckTales.
Oh, I love DuckTales. Scrooge McDuck was the coolest. He had this giant vault full of gold coins, right? And he would always swim in them, and it was so cool because like every episode he would like jump way up in the air and then dive back in, and the coins like. They looked so soft. Like, it didn't look like if you actually dived in the coins and it would just, like, completely kill you.
Because they parted to his whim, essentially.
Yeah.
His richness.
Well, yeah, telekinesis. Rich telekinesis, yeah.
Okay, so, DuckTales is actually based on the Uncle Scrooge comic books.
I've heard of that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Uncle Scrooge was very, very rich.
He was super rich. He was, like, more than Mitt Romney rich.
So, here's what every story revolved around.
Yes.
Either he and his grandnephews trying to protect his wealth from burglars, okay? Who are coming in to try and steal his piles of gold. Or them running out to seek new treasures on an adventure.
Wow. So it was either to protect his riches or to make him more rich.
Pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure, I'm assuming that none of the riches ever went to the grandnephews. I'm pretty sure they probably all ended up back in his collection.
This is like a quintessential sort of like microcosmic 80s show, isn't it?
Yeah, it really
is.
is.
It's amazing. I mean, they were venture capitalists, basically. They were always either seeking a profit or protecting their profit, defeating people who might threaten said profit.
Yeah, I don't remember any episode of them, like, feeding the hungry or anything like
that. Can you imagine? It's like, we're working in a soup kitchen here in... Yeah, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
That's amazing. It's funny because... when you're a kid, you don't think of it as being so vapid.
Yeah.
Right? You just assume,
it's like, wow, they're going on adventures, and why are those guys trying to steal their gold?
Yeah, exactly. Those mean thieves.
But it's funny, because Scrooge, his own name is trying to show you that he's, he's stingy and that he's not helpful to others. Right. But at the same time, they endear you to him because he takes such good care of his little nephews.
Right.
His grandnephews. So.
But is there ever, like, that turn when you realize that, like... when they actually help people with the said wealth that they amass?
The thing is, I don't think they ever help people with the wealth, but they probably help people in other ways while they're seeking adventure and treasure. Scrooge McDuck, he's got some other people that help him. Yes. One of which is his pilot.
Oh, yeah.
Who's his pilot, Dave?
Launchpad.
Okay.
Launchpad is a pimp. I love Launchpad.
Now, Launchpad is an incredibly skilled pilot.
Yes.
But he can't land.
No.
And apparently Scrooge is so stingy, he does not want to pay for lessons for landing.
Honestly, landing is only like 2% of flying, really, right?
What's the big deal? Every trip they take, he destroys their vehicle.
Are you trying to say that Scrooge isn't fiscally responsible?
Yes.
That if he had just paid for Launchpad to learn how to land, then he wouldn't have to pay for a new plane every single time they have an adventure, which is pretty much every single episode, which means that he's spending just millions and millions and millions of dollars every day on new planes?
Pretty much.
Okay, cool.
Now, the lucky thing is that apparently he's never, lost anyone on it. Launchpad has never lost a passenger, so they crash, but they survive. We're going to move on to Jem, who is truly outrageous.
Jem
and the Holograms.
I've never seen this show.
You're probably lucky. This show is essentially, Hannah Montana before Hannah Montana.
What? What are you talking about?
So Jem is actually Jerrica Benton, and Jerrica Benton owns this music studio, this music company.
She like P. Diddy?
Yes, okay. But she also is in a band, the Holograms, but. In order for her to be able to move around without anyone, just get into anywhere without people bothering her, she takes on an alter ego of Jem so that she can, separate her business life from her being a singer life. Now, the way she does this is...
This is like the most boring cartoon of all time.
Hold on. So the way she does this is that, she's not like Hannah Montana, you put on a wig and all of a sudden you're a different person. No. She has something called synergy. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, I've heard that. It's a business term, right? No. Synergy, in her case, is a hologram technology. Okay? And her dad actually created it before his death. He created it to be the ultimate audio-visual entertainment synthesizer. And then he died and he willed it to his daughter.
Did he die in a horrible ultimate synthesizer creating accident?
I can only imagine, yes. So, what Jem does is she uses this this technology, to make her dad proud. So she has these earrings that she presses on the earrings, and it uses mini projectors to project an image all around her.
What?
To create like a new person that really it doesn't look anything like a new person.
What?
Yeah.
That's the most asinine thing I've ever heard in my life. That's what this is about?
She also uses it to make really cool stage effects.
What?
Yeah.
What does it run on? Like
magic.
uranium?
I'm assuming magic.
Like what power source do said earrings use that it can completely change
The
her
power-
appearance and create like effects all around her?
The power of music.
Wow.
I don't know.
Really?
Anyway, so the conflict comes because, Jerrica has to keep this technology out of the hands of people that might use it for some sort of music-related mischief or something.
Well, it's funny because it is like stealth technology, isn't it? It is like something that a spy could use to walk into any place and kill anyone who's important.
But I'm pretty sure she's only really concerned about rival bands.
Yeah.
Her dad is such a great inventor that he could have probably made something to save the world. Instead, he decided to make the ultimate in entertainment technology.
Yes.
So
that's why God killed him. I also want to know, is this where Dre came up with the idea for the Tupac hologram?
Probably.
Was he just chilling out on the tour bus and Jem came on and he's like, man, now I know how to bring Tupac back?
I'm assuming yes.
Frankly, I feel like Jem is something that influenced everything. From Hannah Montana to the Tupac hologram, Jem is truly outrageous.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I will never watch this show.
No.
Ever. Alright, well, you have thoroughly crushed my memories of how great 80s cartoons were. Thanks for that.
Plan.
I appreciate it.
You can pretend like the cartoons of today are somehow not as good as the ones of our day, but really, the 80s... Really, take a look back. Come on. And don't forget, if you want to send us an email, you can do that. Send it to geekworldradio@yahoo.com. You can also go to our website, geekworldradio.com.
And make sure to listen to us every week on our radio show, Geek World. It's on 9100 and The Point. And other than that, I had a great time, Anime. Thanks again for totally crushing my childhood. I appreciated it.
No problem.
And see you guys next week.
Well, now it's time to meet with an non-stop day. It's safe to say we'll have some fun today on Geek World Radio.